Hello, Blake Hart here today talking about the GOODHERTZ plugins. I'd picked up a few of these a while back. I had picked up the Volvo compressor, which you hear about all the time, and it's really awesome. Trem control, so like a tremolo type of effect, and then wow control, which is like that flutter. It's the sounds we connect a bit to lo-fi, but they have a bunch of different plugins, and a lot of them are used in lo-fi, but these plugins can be used anywhere, all sorts of genres, and they're just such great plugins. I really wanted the opportunity to come at you and talk about all of them, so I reached out to GOODHERTZ. Thank you to Rob Stenson over there for giving me the opportunity to take a look at all of these different plugins and show you what they do and how we may use them on our songs. So I've talked about plugins a lot, and really they're like that special sauce, okay? So if you think about it, you record these instruments, you've got this song, and it's like, all right, cool, this is good. But then you start slapping those plugins on it, slapping the plugins on the different sounds that are part of your song, and it really just brings them to life. It brings them to a just new existence. And I think this was one of the harder things for me to grasp when I started making music, just because there's like so many things coming at you seemingly all at once. And I don't think I really utilized effects that much. I was like trying to be like, okay, I got to get the music. I got to figure out how to make a song, nonetheless, like put effects on it. So it took me a while to grasp that. And then once I started using effects, I started getting some of the depths of sounds, the character, the color that I had recognized in other people's music that they were making, that I was like, hey, how are they getting those sounds? And really, I think of a lot of things in terms of photography, because I've spent a while doing photography professionally and as a hobby. And, you take the picture, right? We call it SOOC, straight out of camera. But there's then so many more things that we do to that picture we took through using Photoshop and different filters and S-curves, and really making it pop, making that picture, when you look at it, just like, wow, look at that picture speak to you, and once you start realizing that you're not, these pictures you see that are awesome aren't straight out of camera, they have processing done to them. And you think of it that way, and you think of your songs, and it all starts to come together, and you're like, yeah, I get it now. So let's dive in. Let's look at these plugins from GOODHERTZ. And what we're going to do is actually have a song that I made, and I haven't put any effects on it yet. So we're going to play around with that song. It's a bit of it's got like a bedroom pop, like has like an 80s sort of synth vibe feel to it. So we're going to use that and play around with these plugins and see what they all do. Link below to go travel over to GOODHERTZ, pick up some of their plugins. They do offer a demo period. I think it's pretty nice, like 30-day, right? So you get a 30-day free trial for any of their plugins, which is like a sweet deal. So you can check them out, see which ones you like. But let's hop behind the computer. All right, so here we are at the GOODHERTZ website. If you click up here on plugins, it'll bring you to every single one of the plugins they have, tell you a little bit about it, what it does, how it works, all of that good stuff you want to know. Instead of going through, and spending a ton of time here, I want to actually put the plugins on the sounds so you can hear them. Here's a song I have going on. We'll play the verse here and go into the chorus. Funny, I actually had these chords here, so I don't know what happened. They got deleted somehow. So let's get those back in there. So I have these pads just going straight, and then over on these pads here, I've got Stutter Edit 2 going. So all right, let's take a look and see what we can throw on this. The most noticeable change will probably happen in these pads, since that's what we're hearing. So let's see what happens if we put the trem control on there. Now, I probably won't leave the trem control on because I've got that stutter edit 2 happening on these other pads, but I really, really wanted you to hear what this can do. Let's get back here. Straight and with it. So that's just a default. These pans are really nice too. And there's a lot of parameters you can play with to change things around. All of these generally have advanced settings. So with these 3 little dots, you can bring out this other panel and dive deeper into playing around with the sound and shaping it just like you want. I love this trem control. Really can change your sound around. So I'm actually going to take this one off because I've got in the chorus something similar to that going on, but I'm going to throw wow control on it so you can hear that. The sound changing a bit. One of the cool things I like on here is this randomness. So you can do like amount, and you can see how this is changing. Very cool. You can do anything over here. Wet delay. So that random button is your friend. Very cool stuff. Alright, I'll leave it off for now. Go through some of these other ones. Back to this one. And I'll leave that one on there. And let's see what we can do with some of these other sounds. Let's see. We have this one. Just sort of like a little bit in there. Let's see. What if we stick tilt shift on it? Darker, thinner, warmer, dull, sharp, sublove, air, white noise, pink. Let's see what that is. Sort of throws it back there. What if we put Pampa on it? I like this. I'll leave a dual mono on it. So the other thing, the Wolf compressor, there's a lot of things you can do with it. You can use it on individual instruments. You can use it on the entire mix bus, like on the master. You can use it on drums. This thing is awesome. Adds a lot of color, saturation. Really cool stuff. So let's play around with a little. I put it on these. I have a left and right lead thing going on here, so I put it on this for now. I'm trying to get, there's like all like, so slam it, crush it, do all kinds of stuff. Old school crunch, gentle wow. But you can see how this really is going to change your sound. I mean, that's crazy. Oh, bad 80s digital. Oh, that is bad. But you can use this multiple places. A lot of people, again, use it on the master bus. Not necessarily on like a synth like this, but you can use this anywhere you want. That's like the beauty of it. And there's all these other parameters to play around with it. But maybe I can just like throw it on my master to like so you can like hear it a little bit more. All right, but the one other place that this works really well. You know what? I'm gonna throw it on my master so you can hear it. I have a lot of other stuff going on right now on my master, but let me put this on here for all these things. And so do you hear that all of a sudden? You're like, you hear tape, right? You're like, whoa, there it is. There is that crispy, like vinylish, tape-ish sound. So this is without it. With it. I had this Larson on here, so I sort of wanted to turn that off because I felt like that was interfering with the sound. So some of these obviously are things you wouldn't necessarily use on the master. But you would use, I'll just turn this back on or else it's going to be too quiet for you guys. But you would use, so for example, on the snare, right? Let's put the wolf compressor on the snare and you can hear what that sounds like. And without it, now the big one here is this 2-bus glue, or is punch and crunch. And then when I put it on there, really present. There's 2 snares here, but this other one is just sort of like a little backing snare. And it really brings life to that. I like the punch and crunch. But what else? What else? What else? So there's a few other ones here we can talk about. This can opener, that can be used on your master bus. It changes the sound a little bit. How you hear the sound. You could also, apparently people may want to use it for like the mix that they hear in their phones when they're tracking out vocals. It just sort of changes the stereo field and how we're hearing that. It's very subtle, but it's there. So that one is in there. And then the other one that I didn't put down that I wanted you guys to hear was the Lossy, because that really changes the sound. This is really degraded sound right here. Ghost. So there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with this Lossy one. And on any of these, hit these 3 dots and it brings out more options, more advanced stuff. Alright, I'm going to take that one off of there. But let's listen again. What do we have now? With everything. One thing I wish I had was that megaverb, because I need to throw some reverb on some of these things. A little bit of delay, but a few more things, and we're gonna have some like a cool sounding song that has we've added some dimension to, added some uniqueness to. I haven't spent a lot of time here, but I would really spend more time just fine-tuning these effects on each of the instruments. Take your time at it. Learn as you're doing this. A lot of it is just about experimenting, diving a little deeper into the experimentation, and sometimes scrapping it all, and sometimes saying, wow, this is really, really cool. But I encourage you to head over, take a look at the plugins at the GOODHERTZ site, check out what they do, check out the free trial so that you can see how they fit into your workflow or your sound. And hopefully you found this video helpful today. Thank you to GOODHERTZ for sending me some of these plugins to play with. And I really think it's a cool company. Like read the About Us page, right? Links down below. Read the About Us page and more about the people who are behind these products. I think you really, really have to take a closer look at those types of things before you purchase nowadays. A lot of people are making plugins, and not all plugins are created equal. So that is my message to you all today. Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys again soon.